Next topic what we are going to see, contribution of the next one, it is industrial location. How we are locating the industry, where we can take the position that we already studied in 8th standard, where we are locating for that what all things we needed. Let us see this one, the here the ideal location for industry. Then from that we will start the ideal location for industry. For that what all things we needed for that, and we can see the cost of obtaining raw materials at site. The cost should be very low when we are taking the raw material. If it is there in that particular place itself, means availability of raw material, we can say very easily. Then cost of distribution of production, means we want to get a good market. This is the low cheap raw material, this is market. Then decision to locate the factory at site. The decision taking by the company, maybe the capital they need and the area, geographical area, other things. Then the cost of production at site, the labor and other cost, means like water and need of water, labor, then electricity, like that different things. So how, what all things they needed, by that how much cost they can reduce, or the cheap labor should be available, cheap electricity should be available, like that things they are thinking. So we can see the if this is the factory area, and all these four things where it is coming together, there we can say like that, that is the ideal place for industrial location for industry. And 8th standard we studied many things like that, 8 things, that is raw material, availability of raw material, then labor, cheap labor, then electricity or power, then capital flow, then what we can say, geographical area, market, then transportation, availability of water, like this many things are there when we are thinking about the location of the industry or industrial location. Okay, industrial locations are complex in nature because many things we needed. In that we know the availability of raw material, labor, capital, power, market, etc. We are thinking many other things also are there. And communication thing, availability, all these things we need, transportation we need, all these things. It is rarely possible to find all these factors available at one place. Consequently, manufacturing activity tend to locate at the most appropriate place where all the factors of industrial location are either available or can be arranged at lower cost. We are thinking, when we are thinking about industrial location, we are thinking about the we want to arrange everything in lower cost. It may be labor or water or electricity, anything and everything we should able to arrange in the lower cost, the lowest cost, not lower cost, the lowest cost, we can say. After an industrial activity starts, urbanization follows it. If we started in the industry, then slowly that area it is becoming urban, because if near to that factory, many things, if it is a factory, we need many things. One first thing, we need market, then we need the banking, insurance, like that facilities, then we need workers quarters and other things, like that different things it is coming. And because of this workers quarters and other things, we can understand that other jobs like a carpentry, electrician, then health, school, like that many things it will improve. So we can say like that, slowly that industrial area it is becoming an urbanized area. Sometimes industries are located in or near to the cities. If you are thinking about Calcutta or Patna, like that area, we can see many industries, because the availability of the city, because of that one, we the cities there it is providing banking, different services like banking, insurance, transportation, then labor, cheap labor, then consultant, financial advisors, like that things, what all things needed for industry we will get from the city, because it is available there, freely it is available, so we can get it. The next one, we are thinking about the agglomeration of economy. means the when it is coming together all the advantages of the urban area, when we are making use for the industrial purpose, then we can say that is the agglomeration of economy. And that's why the slowly if the one industry again, if this is the factory, and slowly the banking it is coming, transportation it is coming, then the drinking water agents are coming, then shopkeepers are coming, then carpentries are coming, tailors are coming, like the different service, health service, school, like that many things it is coming. Slowly it is we are making use of this city life. Here it is, we are starting the city life. It is the industrial area around that one we can see the city life. And if we are making use all these things industrial, means the city life, then we can say it is agglomeration of economy. Then in the pre-independent period, the most of the manufacturing units were located in the place where the points overseas trade, because British people they are thinking about the trade very easily, the near to the port, we know Tuticorin or Visakhapatnam, then Mumbai or Marmagova or Mangalore, like that port area, it is developed very much because of the presence of port and overseas trade. And consequently the merged certain pockets of industry developed urban centers surrounded by the huge industrial and rural hinterland. For example, the Bombay area we can see, or Gujarat area, maximum cotton mills are there because it is available, raw material is available there. Even though it is not in the port area, it is not near to the city, little bit far away from the city, that both places Ahmedabad and Surat is the one of the fast developing cities in India present. Surat and Ahmedabad is the are the fast developing cities in India. If you are taking 10 developed cities or the thickly populated cities, it will come like that fourth and sixth place for these two cities. That is the condition now present. Then industry and market linkage, it is given in the form of chart. We can see input, that is the raw material, and components of parts, factors of production, that you know already, land, labor, capital, and the entrepreneurship and infrastructure. Or we studied like that land, labor, physical capital and human capital, and with the help of transportation, and it is reaching to the factory. From factory output is coming, product is coming, again with the help of transportation it is reaching to the market, it is becoming money. And the when we are taking the input, the company is taking they are the when we are purchasing the input from the farmers, that time they are also getting money. When it is reaching to the market, that we are sharing the money. Here standing the farmer who made the raw material, here come the company people with things, they are exchanging their money. When we are taking input from the farmer, that time we are giving money to them. When we are selling our product, that time the farmer will give money to us. This is the market linkage. They are having the link between market and this one. And the key decision of the factory location is the least cost. Already we discussed that one. Least cost is the main theme of when we are thinking about the location of the factory. Then the government policies and specialized labor also influence the location. And other things, when we studied about the globalization chapter, that time we said that government policies and specialized skilled laborers are they are thinking about when they are starting their factory. Not only the multinational companies, Indian factories also thinking this concept when they are starting their factory. Already we discussed about the ideal location for industry, already we discussed. Then we are moving to next part, classification of industries. It is used to ask us 3-mark question as well as 5-mark question. Then many one words also used to ask. Manufactured product you use in our daily life, such as transistors, electric bulbs, vegetable oil, like that different things. And we can see different things we are using every day, even medicine and other things. And from which area, from which group we are getting this one, we want to think. Then we can understand the industries in better way. So we are going to think about the industries and its division or types of industries. First division, that is the on the base of raw materials. We can divide into two. agro-based industries and mineral-based industries. And agro-based and mineral-based, agro-based and